Hello 99 family, welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, on this channel we talk about personal finance, business finance, and professional development. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you're returning, thank you all for watching again. Don't forget to like and comment, share these videos out, and make sure that if you have any questions, you're leaving them down below. Today, I wanted to kind of talk about credit unions compared to banks, and some of the downfalls that you could have associated with either the pros and cons. So let's get into this video. A credit union is a nonprofit organization that is structured very similar to a bank as far as their products. They offer loans, they offer checking, savings accounts, retirement accounts, all things of that nature. Basically the same products that you would get from a bank. So when weighing out pros and cons, I always like to talk about the cons first. So the cons of dealing with a credit union are generally associated with their software, because bigger banks usually have more user-friendly software. So we're talking about, embedded budgeting, things of that nature. Maybe certain credit unions don't have apps, or they don't have very well designed apps. Some may not have online banking, things of that nature. However, I personally use Navy Federal, and they do have online banking. Then we're looking at their international reciprocity. So if you go to another company, will your bank have branches overseas? Again, with dealing with a military bank or credit union, Navy Federal, they do have branches in other countries. However, they may be on a base and you may not have direct access to them. But that goes into my next con, actually, as far as credit unions typically don't have 24-hour support. So when dealing with support, and that's one of my personal things, is with my money, I do like to be able to call in anytime and transact and do whatever I need to do at any given time, because I may be up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, or I may be out of town or somewhere else where I need to handle the transaction quickly, and I don't want to have to go out of my way and inconvenience myself to get back to that bank. So that's another one of the cons, I guess, is that most credit unions are generally, they have brick and mortar locations. They're in a smaller area where they're kind of, if you want to travel or anything like that, that can become an issue when dealing with these credit unions. However, now to start going into the pros, as far as being a member of a credit unions have members, they don't have customers. So as a member of a credit union, you actually have like stock in that credit union, and since they're non-profit, whatever money is made by the credit union that year actually gets reinvested or redistributed back out to its members rather than housed within that company. Credit unions usually have member-centered products. They usually have some form of board where the members either appoint someone or something to that nature, where you have someone who's the voice for you and what products you want. And that, I believe, is one of the best parts about credit unions. Another thing is they, depending on your credit union, they can be relationship centered, which is great because when you're dealing with a relationship centered bank, even if you don't necessarily have the highest credit score or the best credit profile to get funding to get loans, you may be able to get around that due to having that relationship with the credit union. Um, and that goes into credit unions usually offer lower interest rates. Um, I've yet to see a credit union with a monthly fee on a basic checking or savings account. Just personally, there may be some out there, but generally there's no monthly fee. You have higher approval odds when you're applying for things because, again, you're a member, and with being a member, you generally um, are going to have that relationship with the bank and have those higher approval odds. At least in my personal experience with credit unions, I'm seeing where credit unions are being more lenient with limits and things of that nature. Depending on the credit union, there are some that are a lot more conservative than others. They generally also support local business. So they will actually help you with your business plans, get you set up for business funding, and help you structure your business. Again, from my personal experience with local credit unions, I can't speak for them all. They also have a credit union network. So there is a possibility that if your credit union is in that particular network, which most of the credit unions are, you are actually able to go to different locations, other credit unions, and if you have to do a transfer and you're traveling or something like that, you're able to do, simple banking things at those other, they call them shared branching locations, and they also have shared branching ATMs. So like here in Florida, you can go to, generally speaking, any Publix, and certain gas stations and things like that, and with no fees, you're able to pull out money and transact that way also. So again, this is just kind of a few of the pros and cons of a credit union and things for you to think about. I'd like to thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.